it fast, dump it low, make them spin and throw them O's up, down, throw it round, pop it like a pro. Please don't get me started. Please don't
What it do, friends? I'm J Maxwell. Welcome back to my channel. This is J Max Reacts. They're watching an Amiri vid that says, "Am I sleeping on A Boogie with the Hoodie?" Shout out to Mo. Let's see what happens.
So boom, A Boogie with the Hoodie is somebody that has a few features I enjoy a lot, but I don't listen to a single song where it's just him. My two favorite performances by A Boogie are "I Don't Know" with PNB Rock.
I don't know. Why you so thorough? I don't know. Why you for that nigga girl? I don't know.
I don't even know what that is.
Which is a song that grew on me heavy because
I don't even know what song that is. I guess maybe, you know, again, sometimes we introduce people as features and then we only know them for features. Sometimes we introduce them as the main artist and we only know them as the main artist. I'm a huge fan of A Boogie with the Hoodie. Like, love his music, but I'm not familiar with his features. I just like his projects, so interesting.
Remember not liking that song at all when I first heard it. Another track is Dog. I love his feature on Roddy Ricch's Tiptoe. I only listen to that song for A Boogie. I can't lie. I turn that song on and skip straight to his verse every time. Balenciaga wearing ass nigga. Hooded up with a mask nigga. Shit snatched, now you want it back nigga. So because I love those performances so much, I said, you know what? Got it. A Boogie with the Hoodie is going to be the next Am I Sleeping artist. As always, if a song is not in this video, it's because I already know the song. So tracks like My Ish and Drowning with Kodak are not going to be in here. Or it may not be included simply because I didn't pick it for the video, as there are only 10 tracks. Now, the first song that I chose to listen to for my own random choice is Need a Best Friend, featuring Lil Key and Quando Rondo.
Cause I need a best friend. Play the block like Tetris.
I chose Need a Best Friend solely because I wanted to pick a random song from this project. This Hoodie season cover has always been dope as hell to me. So when I knew I was making a video on A Boogie, I came straight to this album.
Hell yeah.
I also chose it because Taekwon Bowman is on here, so I was hoping this track didn't disappoint. And off rip, I don't even know who this Lil Key person is, but apparently this was some little nigga that A Boogie shouted out and tried to put on a long time ago, but nothing ever came of it. Check out his songs Legend and Rave on YouTube. But keep in mind that he's another ride, wave, Murray kind of rapper. A big dude rapping about getting to the bag, talking about, I think about the days where I didn't have $1 to my name. I told my mama we gon' make it. Literally every line out this kid's mouth is something you've heard a million times already. About the song itself, Need a Best Friend sees Boogie and Rondo rapping about their upbringing, being real niggas, drinking lean, and then asking a baddie that they know to be their best friend. The last thing I just said, them asking a girl to be their best friend, it really comes out of nowhere on this song. Even though it's the title and even though that's what Lil Key is singing about on the chorus, in the verses themselves, both of these dudes are rapping about being street niggas and keeping that heat on them. And then out of nowhere, they're talking about wanting to get their dick sucked, asking a girl, would you leave me if I cheated on you? That kind of stuff. And it really feels out of nowhere by the both of them. Like in Rondo's case, he goes, and ever since I got that check, I feel like I don't need them. I got my mind on that Corvette. See, I don't want that Nissan. No, I don't run with these niggas because they're really peons. I'm dripping sauce that's on the daily. This that brand new V-Long. He's rapping lines like this through the verse, and then out of nowhere towards the end, he goes, 1500 on Jimmy Choo's, you deserve it. This song comes off like them rapping to a woman and asking them to be their ride or die. This topic comes off like an afterthought. Like, they don't segue into the other topic by saying things like, oh, this world is so fake, everybody is against me, but girl, you the one person I can trust. Or every king has a queen by his side, I'm looking for my queen. They don't say any of that shit.
Right.
Instead, they just throw it in there unprovoked. It doesn't help that A Boogie sounds like YK Osiris either. This song came out before YK's song Worth It, but when I hear the very beginning of A Boogie's verse, I can't not hear YK's voice.
Yep.
And I don't wanna make love, but you to be my meetup. You wanna be my main slug, you got it.
Overall, this song is alright. I just feel like the meaning of it got lost along the way. On to the recommendations. The second song of this video, recommended by @big.cool. on YouTube, is Might Not Give Up, featuring Young Thug. Y'all know what came to my mind when I heard this? That song Broken Guitars by Polo G. Y'all remember on his Hall of Fame album, he said how he tried to rap over different production because he was getting sick of the piano G means?
Yeah.
Some production choices stuck out more than others, and Broken Guitars was one of them. You can hear the guitar chorus very strongly on this track.
Yeah.
On Might Not Give Up, you can hear the same thing from the very beginning. The track has a rock star lifestyle, might don't make it feel to it.
I remember when Boogie put this one out, it was from the 2.0 album. He said in his first project, like the first one that we saw with the dope ass cover art, I can never remember the name of it. He talked about how he did more like strings and piano, I think, on the first album, and then he wanted to do more. Sorry, he did more piano on the first album. He wanted to do more guitar on the second album.
Oh, how about that? This song was produced by Nick Mirror, the same weak ass nigga that made those beats for the SXL Cyphers in 2021. I still haven't forgiven him for that. Might Not Give Up is on Boogie's Artist 2.0 project, and it's the only track on here that's produced by Nick Mirror. There's also only one other song from this project that's going to be in this video. So anyone that was expecting a lot of Artist 2.0 songs to be in this video, sorry, that's not happening. The track sees Boogie saying that he's more than just a rapper. He's an artist. Don't call me a rapper. I'm an artiste. Artist is actually this man's first name. Artist Julius Dubois. But he spends the whole song rapping about Elion jewelry. I used to get paid $100,000 for the show, but that's light work now. I wake up next to a different bitch every day. I don't even care if I lost one of them. It's a cool track, but don't expect anything special out of this. At the end of his verse, this man said, I'm living a good life, no complaining. Porn stars in my backyard like a slave ship. This is a wild ass thing to say. Saying that anything looks like a slave ship is not cool.
Nah.
But y'all know what other artists in the world where all they talk about is Elion jewelry, getting paid for a show, and waking up around different bitches? Is Young Thug. He's a feature on this song, and his verse is exactly what you would think it is. Any of you guys that know Thugger, just think of the most generic, by-the-book, Young Thug verse you can possibly imagine, and boom, that's what this verse sounds like. I would give Thug credit for one thing, though. His voice sounds pretty cool. That's something that I can give for his performance on this track. I feel like in order to enjoy Young Thug's music, I would have to severely lower my standards. And I don't have high standards at all, but every performance I've ever heard from Thug just sounds like a bunch of random shit about his cars, jewelry, and hoes. And his voice typically isn't that fascinating to hear to me, but for this song, it works. Unfortunately, I would have to give most of the credit of this song sounding nice to Nick Mirror.
Yeah, for
Both
sure.
Boogie and Thugger's verses sound nice over it, but if it wasn't for this rockstar lifestyle, might don't make it production, I probably would say keep it. Next up is the other song from Artist 2.0 that I was talking about. From @Avion_talks on Twitter, it's the song Bleed. I'ma have to be honest, my disinterest in drill music immediately took me out of this song. Bleed is a solo A Boogie track and was the lead single to the deluxe edition of Artist 2.0. He originally wanted the Wu Pop Smoke on the song with him. Unfortunately, that couldn't happen due to Wu's passing. So in order to show some love to Wu anyway, the entire production is drill influenced. A Boogie ended up getting a posthumous song with Pop Smoke anyway a couple of months later. Bleed came out June 16, 2020. On July 20th, 2020, the deluxe edition of Pop's album, Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon came out. And Pop and Boogie have a collab song on there called Hello.
I like my bitches, red bone, ass fat, cello, light skin, yellow.
Hello is a better song than Bleed, in my opinion. But when it comes to Bleed, the exact same bass drops and piano keys and dark, nightmarish atmosphere that your everyday drill beat creates, that's what's on this song. So once I peeped that, I was kind of like, the New York in him is starting to come out now.
That makes
For
sense.
that very reason, guys, I really don't know if an Am I Sleeping video or a song ranking video on artists like Pop Smoke, King Von, or Lil Durk is ever going to happen. I really don't want to sit down and listen to drill artists. I would rather go out and rob somebody and say that drill music influenced me to do it instead of just playing the music itself.
Really?
That sounds more interesting to do than hearing the actual music. But as much as I was hoping A Boogie would help me look past the drill part of it and help me enjoy the song with his performance, bars, subject matter, and whatnot, none of that happened. This entire song is painfully generic. Bleed is A Boogie rapping about, you can keep all that fake love away from me. I know some niggas that done did me dirty that I stayed cool with, although I could have left their ass in the dirt. I got my 238 revolvers on my hip in case a nigga try to test me. Same old, same old. And of course, it's impossible for him to not flaunt his jewelry and cars. Richard Milles, Bentleys, Lamborghinis, you name it, he talked about it on this song. I don't like his vocal choices on here. Like during the chorus when he's saying, pull up in my hoodie on the scene, so scary, probably got more Mike Amiri jeans than Mike Amiri. He holds out the E syllable on some words and it scratches my ears.
Hoodie on the scene, so scary. Probably got more Mike Amiri jeans.
Hoodie on the scene, Mike Amiri jeans. Yeah, I was hoping I could look past the drill beat on this, but I couldn't with how super basic his subject matter was. Rockin' ball maze, Elliot, Mike Amiri jeans. I ran the song back a few times and I didn't enjoy it once. I know some people would hear me dog and bleed and say, well, if you already don't like drill music, then it don't matter who made the song. You wasn't gonna like it anyway. And to those people, I say, if you have any examples of good drill songs, let me know, because I've yet to hear one. I really don't like drill music. I'm willing to give them all a try. I just don't like them. Actually, I take that back. I'm not willing to give them a try. I'll listen to a couple of songs, but I'm not about to listen to like a whole album of drill music. So don't get too carried away with the recommendations. The next song recommended on Twitter by @GabbySH_999 is the song Fall in Love.
But I'm going up. Baby, you ain't never fall with a thought.
Oh, A Boogie, you fumbled the bag, man. The production on this song is very good, but A Boogie himself gave a very weak performance. This beat is so powerful. Plug Studios went crazy on this, and yet this felt like he underperformed, like he's not giving enough. Fall in Love is about A Boogie thinking about his thug lifestyle and the woman that he's interested in. He notices that she's never been with a thug before. So he repeatedly says, I'll make you fall in love with it, where it is referring to his lifestyle. The lifestyle of being with a thug nigga, the thrill and the adventure that you're going to get by being my queen, I'm going to make you love that lifestyle once you get with me. My issue with this song, for one, is his delivery, like I started with. This beat is way too powerful, and for some parts of this track, he's just rapping like he himself is not that interested in making the song. The whole thing doesn't sound like that, but some parts do. That's how it feels for me. And I'll give him points for his flow. His flow wasn't bad, it's just not that engaging. Especially when he kept rhyming the same word like 6 times. The first 8 lines of this song, 6 of them end in the word it. Fucking I'm going in, now watch what I do to this. Nobody told me this shit, I had to get used to it. Niggas thinking I'm bugging, they think I'm losing it. Michael Jordan, I'm balling, they think I'm hooping it. She popped the perk and it's working, so I go through with it. I sip a cup of the lean, then I go through with it. She moaning, screaming, and tell me to keep on doing it. I made Boogie was goody, baby, I'm true to this. This is what I mean. Not bad whatsoever.
Right.
It's not fire to me either. The whole time I'm listening to this song, I'm just going, yeah, it's cool. If you're a girl that's never been with a thug nigga, you should listen to this song because you'll probably be convinced to try one afterwards.
I'm done.
But in my opinion, the production completely saved this song, and it's the only thing that makes it worth listening to.
Okay.
Next up, recommended by @Roddy_charitable on Instagram, is the track Skeezers.
They suggesting like
That is a dub, I don't need her. I hit her once and I leave her. Blow my phone for no reason.
I'ma be real, I only like the hook for this song, and after I heard Skeezers, this is the track that made me wonder if A Boogie is going to have any deep topics in his music. Because going off of the name of this track, I instantly thought this was going to be a song about random hoes and floozies, and that's exactly what it ended up being.
Yeah.
After listening to Skeezers, I started to get the feeling that A Boogie is a very surface level rapper when it comes to his song topics. The song It's Crazy that features his daughter Melody is the only song I've heard from him that you can say has a deeper meaning. But everything else I've heard from this man is just basic street bars that everyone says. The whole track is a I can't mess with no hoe kind of song. These hoes out here will set you up and they'll do you dirty. I've dated a hoe before, it didn't go well, so now I just smash them and dash them. You can't fall in love with these type of girls because you never know what they up to. That's literally all it's about. Now, a song can be good if it's about a generic topic. I'm not saying that this song being about avoiding hoes automatically makes it not good, but that's where the artist's performance comes in.
Yeah.
If you got nice flows, rhymes, singing and whatnot, and the song sounds good, I don't care what the song is about. But outside of the hook, I can't give A Boogie points for any of these things. On some of his singing for this track, he sounds like a big ass crybaby.
I need you, it's too late, I'm mad right now.
For as big a fan as I am of Boogie, I can agree with this. Some of the shit, it do be sounding like whining. I think the recommendations that people are making are like, they not like his bigger singles. So like in my head, I'm thinking like, if you're gonna recommend stuff to like keep people from sleeping on somebody, recommend the shit that's not mid. Like they recommended mid songs, or maybe you just chose the mid songs based on what you saw. Because if this is somebody you've never listened to, then you don't know which songs they've chosen.
I need you. Parts like this are what I'm talking about. Oh, and also, there's a part at the beginning of the second verse where he repeats a word immediately after he says it, and it goes on for too long. Like how you move, same way. I do 5,000 on shoes. I can't even say I was disappointed in this song because I wasn't expecting much. I rock with the hook, but this song is getting skipped. Other than that. We're halfway through the list. 5 more songs to go. These 5 songs better slap, man.
I mean, because I'm mad at these 5.
By @RoniKey_. It's the song Money Conversations.
Okay, we kind of picking up the pace a little bit.
We have the first of 2 songs from A Boogie's Me vs. Myself album in this video. This album just recently passed its 1-year anniversary. It came out in December 2022. And if I'm not mistaken, this is the first A Boogie album to not be platinum status. As of December 2023, A Boogie has 4 albums, and they are all platinum except for Me vs. Myself. But that's more likely due to the fact that it's the most recent one. Like I said, it's only a year old. Yeah. His very first mixtape, Artist, went platinum somehow. It came out in February 2016. And went platinum in September 2020. That's a whole 4.5 years later.
Yeah.
His debut album, The Bigger Artist, took about 2 years. Hoodie Season only took 6 months to go platinum. Hoodie Season also went #1 on the Billboard 200 album chart. I really don't know how that happened. I'm really not tapped into his music. Was y'all listening to A Boogie that much in 2019?
We were.
To where he was able to get a #1 album?
We were.
On Billboard? What songs are even on this album for this to go platinum that fast?
My God, Star Tender, Swerving with 6ix9ine. He actually did records with 6ix9ine, who was really buzzing at this time. So I think some of that played into why he really kind of, not why he jumped off, but I think why this album was highly anticipated. I know the algorithm put him in my wheelhouse from listening to 6ix9ine. Back then. Do I listen to 6ix9ine now? No. However, but when I did, they had the song Swerving together along with like Star Tender. Like it was a time. The algorithm used the algorithm.
What, Need a Best Friend? That's the shit y'all was listening to back then? But yeah, y'all need to go run the numbers up on Me vs. Myself so that he can get this to platinum. Because I don't even think this is even gold yet. I'm solely putting this responsibility on y'all because if this album is filled with songs like Money Conversations, I'm not about to listen to this. This whole song is a don't talk to me if it ain't about the money type of song. If it ain't about the money. I done dealt with too many people in my life not keeping it real with me, claiming to be my friends, but then they turn around to be rats, etc. So if you're not interested in making money moves with me, just turn around. Don't even try to talk to me. Which, again, yeah, it's a fine topic to rap about. It's whatever. It's just not entertaining to me when A Boogie does it. This beat by Boy Wonder doesn't move me that much. And there was this thing he did a couple of times in the first verse where I guess it was slant rhyming, but he would slightly change the way he pronounced something in order to get it to sound like something else. Like one line he said was, keep a stick like a witch, but it's not a damn broom, ha. Broom, ha? Sounds like bruja, which is the Spanish word for witch, since that's the word he just said before that. Keep a stick like a witch, but it's not a damn bruja. That line just felt odd for some reason. I can't even say that was a nice line. When I heard it and I caught it, I was like, all right. But the line that made me mad was when he was shouting out all of his bros in the song. He shouted out his man's Beastie, UE, V12, and he spent the verse also saying, you know, I ride for my bros. Y'all always told me to keep my head up, so I'm going to keep y'all word. And then this nigga said, did y'all catch that? We go way in like Sean, Marlon, and Damon. Way in. Waynes, like the Waynes brothers.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but that line felt so trash to me. We go way in like Sean, Marlon, and Damon. I heard that line, it was like, say what, nigga? Yeah, Money Conversations is a skip too. Next up, recommended on YouTube by @KingAzai, is the song Jungle.
If this is what that jungle do, started what I started. Anybody wanna problem? This is my shit.
Okay, so far, Jungle is the best song in this video.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of don't know if that's saying a lot because I don't think a lot of his music has been anything special to begin with. But Jungle, yeah, this was dope. The track sees artists rapping about growing up in the Bronx, specifically his neighborhood High Bridge, and shares some dark tales about losing one of his close homies, how he now rides with a weapon on him, whether it be a semi-automatic weapon or a shotgun. I'm all about my money, I don't trust other people. And he explains all of these things by saying, my hood made me this way. High Bridge in the Bronx is such a chaotic place and there's so much going on that it literally feels like you're in the wilderness. I don't want to be a dark, negative person, but this is what that jungle do to you. As a listener, you can apply this to a lot of hoods. This song is specific to High Bridge because it's coming from his perspective. But all of you guys that grew up in harsh conditions can say this about your hometown as well. It feels like a jungle. So it is a fitting message. This song just simply sounds better than his other tracks. It's not overly produced. It's more somber and laid back, which works. And his rhymes are just laid better over this type of beat. If a nigga wants static, let him have it. Have you ever seen a mini semi-automatic? It go dumb like a drum, hear the beat blasting. When it come to that fire, I'm a fucking dragon. So yeah, I heard Jungle. I was like, oh shit, we finally got a good song on our hands. These are the type of songs that I wish these last 3 songs sound like. Only way to find out is to finally give them a listen. The 8th song in this video, recommended by @KarenOnline555 on YouTube, is the track 9 Bridge with Roddy Rebel. This song has 7 verses and is only 2.5 minutes long, which greatly highlights how much they spend going back and forth on here. But I must say, I enjoyed Roddy Rebel's performance more than I think I would have if this video wouldn't have been mostly solo A Boogie songs, with him just rapping about the same stuff already. I say that because 9 Bridge is just a simple flexing song about living in luxury and having loyal friends that will never turn their back on you, hold it down like Bobby and Rowdy type shit. My issue is, in A Boogie's first damn verse, already every line is about Amiri jeans, Alliance, VVS, Louis Vuittons. Bro, 7 out of the 10 songs on this list are solo songs, which I'm not complaining about that part necessarily, because I do want to see if an artist can kill tracks by themselves. But I done heard this man A Boogie talk about Alliance and Balmains for so long that a lot of people could have came on here and it would have been a welcome change. I'm sorry, after already 8 songs in, I'm starting to get the feeling that I've heard all A Boogie has to offer. If it isn't rapping about designer clothes, rapping about loyalty or fakeness amongst the niggas in his life, or rapping about smashing girls, what does this dude even talk about in his music? I'm getting the feeling that the answer is nothing. If somebody was to challenge A Boogie to make a full song where he's not talking about fancy cars or jewelry or designer clothes, talking about women or talking about fake friends or whatnot, he wouldn't even bother going into the studio.
But he could do it.
Roddy Rebel is the only thing I even slightly enjoy about 9 Bridge. Yes, I came up from nothing. Had no money, no clothes, had to get it from nothing. I put that pot in the oven, mixing that bacon and cooking that bitch with my cousin. He said he hot, but he wasn't. She said she not, but she fucking. I got that buzzing. I got my jewelry buzzing. I got my jewelry hidden. That's in the discussion. Okay. Yeah, Roddy was flowing. I'll take this over everything A Boogie said. The only part of A Boogie's whole performance that caught my attention was when he was pointing out how some people refer to him as a Speaker Knockers ripoff. And he says that I'm not trying to go out like Speaker Knockers though. No disrespect, I'm just being honest. Y'all can claim I'm biting him all y'all want to, but one thing's for sure, I'm not going to end up where he is. Outside of that though, nope. 9 Bridge, I'm going to have to send to the borough of Skips. Please let these last 2 songs be something fire, man. We got to end this video off strong.
I'm going to need that
From
too.
Instagram, recommended by @Scotty_Cuh, is the song Glasses.
No. That wasn't a good choice.
I think I'm done with this man already, bro. A Boogie just not cutting it. I feel like I don't even have to explain what Glasses is about, because I feel like this would be the 6th time I'm explaining the same subject matter. But whatever. Glasses is Boogie telling you to take a look at his life through a particular lens so that he can explain to you what he's all about and why he is the way he is. This goes from rapping about his wealth, Gotta understand, money do not make you realer. I just love how them blue faces feel. Relationships and girls. I told her instead of headaches, can you give me head? Took my heart out of my chest and I put it on my arm and now you got it. You say you want to take my dick with you back home, but I said you wildin'. The same bars. Keep in mind too that even with me getting sick of some of these tracks, I'm not saying that they don't have any good sounding moments. You know, I'm not saying he just goes the whole runtime not having any good sounding melody or a flow here and there. It does happen.
Yeah.
Like when he said, whatever you have to say about him, say it to his face while he's still here, instead of waiting for him to become a hologram on stage. A reference to the Tupac hologram, the waiting until he passes away. Gotta watch rappers because niggas be moving so backwards like Michael Jackson all day. We ain't moonwalking. Don't wait for me to be a holographic on stage. Say it while I'm here talking. I like his melody on these ones.
All day when he moonwalking. Don't wait for me to be a holographic on stage. Say it while I'm here talking.
But I'm judging these songs overall and just letting this play. I can't even recommend this. Everybody watching this video, I feel like y'all would dead ass be fine if y'all never heard this song. The last song in this video is the second song from the Me vs. Myself album that I alluded to when I was talking about money conversations. Recommended on Twitter by @Robin_ is the song Man in the Mirror.
Y'all recommended the worst shit, though. Hold on. When he asked for recommendations, like if y'all were paying attention in this moment, did he ask for y'all to give him non-single tracks or something like that? Because these are like just horrible picks. I could have just...
So I peeped that Man in the Mirror and Glasses were on a little EP A Boogie made called Before AVA, released in December 2021. He released this EP as a warm-up for the Me vs. Myself album, but then the album didn't come out until a whole year later in December 2022. He wanted to drop the album on November 4th, but 21 Savage and Drizzy Drake Rogers released Her Loss on November 4th. So A Boogie went, I'll be damned if I put out a project now and get overshadowed by them two. So he delayed it for another 5 weeks. And when it finally dropped, he took Man in the Mirror from the Before AVA project and put it on Me vs. Myself too. Now, I was hoping that with this album name and with this song, that A Boogie would take the whole T.I. versus T.I.P. route, making a song about how you have two different personalities. One of them is the rugged, drug-dealing street dude from Highbridge who still has some criminal tendencies. And the other personality is the business-savvy rapper who is much more mature and his mind is no longer in the streets because he got a family and a girl to take care of or something. No, this song is not any of that.
Nope.
The only time in this song where he tries to acknowledge the whole other persona thing is the first lines of the second verse.
I look at the man in the mirror. He was wearing a hoodie. I look at my shirt and that's not what I'm wearing. It's scary.
Other than that, no, this whole song is a missed opportunity because it doesn't even have a theme. Every bar on here is the same stuff you can hear on any song he makes. Why are you making this so complicated? I can buy you a new ass, just say that. Burgers and Tiffany bags, okay then. It's just me and your baby girl. She was rocking my world. VVS's and pearls. Eat me up till she Earl. She throwing it back. In the back of my mind, I'm like, what if the condom break? Don't feel embarrassed. I was whipping your bitch in the air. 50 on the veneer. Could've fought like 100 Montclair. Hey, this nigga A Boogie has to go, bro. This was honestly an easy no for the question of am I sleeping on his music. I was missing out on absolutely nothing by not listening to this man. My issue with A Boogie is simply that he's way too surface level with what he raps about. Some people may try to pull the card of, oh, he's rapping about his life, man, what he's supposed to rap about. That's his experiences. Look, designer clothing, jewelry, cars, popping pills, talking about girls, it's only so much you can hear that from the same person to where it's like, damn, man, do you rap about anything else? It's the same tired ass shit, man. And for me personally, A Boogie's voice and his choice of flows and melodies aren't enough to make me enjoy the song a lot of the time. He's not a trash artist. He is not trash. So don't take this as me saying that he is. No. I don't think any song I've played in this video was just flat out garbage, but it's nothing that's good to me either.
Right.
Hearing this man's song just makes me go, it's whatever. In July 2020, I said in one of my podcast episodes that I feel Polo G, Roddy Ricch, and A Boogie with the Hoodie were all interchangeable rappers. If you heard one artist, then you essentially heard the other two.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I might get some hate for this. I've said this before, and I'm gonna stick with it because I have yet to see anything different. Roddy Ricch, A Boogie with the Hoodie, and Polo G. All three of them niggas are the same artists to me. I don't care. they all make the same melodic music talking about coming up. I got it through the mud, like bro. Roddy, every time I say that, I always get a Roddy Rich fan saying he ain't nothing like Polo G, or I always get an A Boogie fan saying A Boogie ain't nothing like Polo G. I'm like, bro, all three of them niggas are really interchangeable to me. Any single song that I've heard Polo G on, you can play Roddy Rich and play, it'll be the same song.
And the crazy part is, I said that off of only knowing a handful of songs by each of these three artists. That's how I felt, only knowing some songs. But fast forward 3.5 years later, now to December 2023, I've made a worst song, best songs video on Polo G. I've made a worst songs, best songs video on Roddy Rich. And now, after making this Am I Sleeping video on A Boogie, oh yeah, I stand by that shit even more now than I ever did before. All three of these dudes are interchangeable rappers to me. There's absolutely nothing that one of them can do that the other two can't do. The only thing that I can name is that Polo G doesn't have the singing chops as the other two. Roddy and A Boogie are better singers, I'll admit that. But overall, there aren't any strong differences between the three. I think Polo G is the best one out of the three, but I still dislike a lot of what I've heard from all of them. There's a high chance that a worst song, best song video is not going to happen for A Boogie, because if I have to listen to 50 plus tracks that sounded like the stuff I heard here, hell no. I'd rather listen to drill music.
Listen to drill music. Yeah, I fully agree with like a lot of his points. I just feel like the song choices were just off. Not from him, but from the people suggesting them. It just makes you wonder what people... I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I think if I was to go through my own library of songs that I have with him of his own, and then maybe one or two things, now that I think about it, that were collaborative singles with people like Swaco or Melly, like stuff like that, I could easily give him a bunch of songs that showcase at least a different side of A Boogie. Not even a different side lyrically, but like sonically. That would be more upbeat. All this mid-tempo stuff that y'all suggested for him to watch or listen to is just crazy. Like, y'all and y'all feelings too much. He got some shit that you can turn up to. That's what I enjoy about his music. But then I also do enjoy some of the other piece. But that's my opinion on it. Are you sleeping on A Boogie? I don't know if he's someone that you could say you sleeping on. He's just somebody that is maybe an acquired taste for some. I think that's a lot of artists nowadays, though. Let me know your thoughts on this below. Comment, like, subscribe. Until next time. Peace.
Oh,